All right, so if you've ever tried to build something with a large language model, you know this feeling, right? You're creating something incredibly powerful, but, well, it often feels like you're working with a total black box. So the real question is, how do we crack that box open and figure out what's actually going on inside? Let's get into it.
And that's the fundamental challenge, isn't it? I mean, we're dealing with these non-deterministic systems. You can give it the exact same prompt 2 times in a row and get completely different answers. So how in the world are you supposed to debug that? More importantly, how do you make it consistently better?
Yep, and that right there, that's the headache every single developer in this space is dealing with. See, it's one thing to get an LLM to work once, but building something that works reliably, something you can actually predict and improve methodically, that is a whole different ballgame. Okay, so this is where things get interesting, because the answer to that huge question, well, it comes in the form of a platform built from the ground up to tackle this exact challenge. Let's talk about LangSmith. So here's the thing you've got to understand about LangSmith. It's not just a debugger, not even close. It's a whole suite of tools. We're talking observability, evaluation, experimentation, the whole 9 yards. It's designed to finally give you, the developer, the kind of control and insight that's been missing, especially when you're wrestling with these super complex systems like AI agents or RAG pipelines.
All right, check this out. This image is basically our roadmap for the rest of this explainer. It splits the whole idea of LLM evaluation into 2 big buckets. Over on the left, you've got core output quality, which is just a fancy way of asking, hey, is the answer actually any good? Then on the right, we'll get into system behavior and production readiness, which is all about making sure the entire system can handle the real world. We're going to start on the left side.
Okay, so first things first, we're tackling the most basic question of all. Is the model's answer good or not? And LangSmith gives us a couple of main ways to get to the bottom of that. So on one side, you have what's called reference-guided accuracy. The easiest way to think about this is like having the answer key for a test. It's perfect for stuff where there's a clear right answer, like pulling a specific date out of a document. But then what about the creative stuff? For that, you've got LLM-as-a-judge. And this is just a wild, brilliant idea. You literally use another really powerful AI to act as a referee and score how well the first AI did on things that are more subjective. And this is where you really see the kind of nuance we need for modern AI, right? An LLM as a judge isn't just doing a simple keyword search. No way. It's looking at these really human qualities. Is it correct? Is it helpful? Is it relevant? How clear is it? Is it complete? This is the only way you can really evaluate those complex, open-ended answers we want from these models. All right, let's hop over to the other side of that infographic, because this is where it all starts to connect. We're moving beyond just that final answer. Now we're talking about the entire system's behavior. Basically, is this thing actually ready for prime time? So a huge focus for everyone right now is RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. These are the systems that go out, grab some information, and then use it to answer your question. The problem is, if you're not evaluating them the right way, they can just completely go off the rails and, well, start making stuff up, hallucinating. And this is why LangSmith has specific metrics just for these RAG systems. It's like a 3-point safety check. First, context relevance. Did we even grab the right info in the first place? Second, context utilization. Okay, we grabbed it, but did the model actually use it? And third, and this one is so important, faithfulness. Is the answer based only on the documents we gave it and nothing else? Running through this checklist is pretty much your best weapon against hallucinations. But it doesn't even stop there. If you're building AI agents, you can check if they pick the right tool for the job. You can automatically check for safety things, like making sure it's sticking to your company's policies. And of course, you get all the crucial operational stuff, like latency, cost, and how often it fails. It really gives you the full picture. So when you start putting all these pieces together, you can kind of see the bigger picture emerge, right? This isn't just about a bunch of random metrics. What we're really talking about is a professional, repeatable workflow for building AI that's actually ready for the real world. Okay, this slide right here is perfect. It really hits home why something like LangSmith is so crucial. On the left, you've got the world of traditional software dev. We all know these tools. Unit tests, logging, CI/CD pipelines. It's a solved problem. But then on the right, you have this new, kind of wild west of LLM development. LangSmith is the tool that bridges that gap. It gives us the modern-day equivalents. Instead of basic logging, you get deep tracing. Instead of rigid pipelines, you get flexible experimentation. It's the professional toolkit we've been needing for this new, unpredictable world.
And that really brings us to the main point, the big takeaway here. LangSmith stops being a nice-to-have tool and becomes the essential layer for CI/CD and observability when you're trying to build AI agents you can actually count on. So, to wrap it all up, the best way to think about LangSmith is as a complete lifecycle management platform. It's with you from the very first prototype all the way through debugging, testing, and even monitoring in production. It gives you that solid, structured framework you need to finally tame that AI black box. You know, tools like LangSmith are about more than just the code. They're a critical piece of a much bigger strategic puzzle for building real AI products. Figuring out how evaluation, observability, and your actual product strategy all lock together, well, that's what separates a cool weekend project from a truly next-generation AI application. And hey, if you want to stay way ahead of the curve on these strategies, if you want to move beyond just the how of a tool like LangSmith and really get into the what and the why of leading an AI product, then I seriously recommend you check out Deepak Deo's AI Product Management Playbook. It is a fantastic resource, for sure, especially for anyone who's serious about building the future with agentic AI. You can find it super easily right on LinkedIn.